Hello chess enthusiasts, my name is Miha and welcome to my chessrealm YouTube channel. So today is 20th of May, the birthday of Max Euwe, a Dutch chess player born back in 1901 in Amsterdam. Euwe was a 5th world chess champion and later also served as president of FIDE. So Euwe played many great games. Let's take a look at a short game from 1923 against Rudolf Loman. Max Euwe had white pieces and he started with knight f3, d5, c4, and we have hypermodern ready opening. Black continues with d4, b4, g6, bishop to b2, bishop to g7, so both players fianchet out their bishops. Knight goes to a3, and now e5, threatening e4. Well, in this case, knight wouldn't have any other options but to jump on some inappropriate square, and black would already put a lot of pressure on the white. So knight goes to c2, preventing e4. If e4 is played now, then this pawn on d4 is 3 times attacked, twice defended. So in the game, bishop goes to g4 and now e3, striking this mini pawn chain in the center. You might think that by playing e4, attacking the knight who is pinned by the bishop, black gains advantage. Well, let's see, after e4, then h3. If black removes the bishop, then this pawn on d4 is 3 times attacked. And even if pawn captures knight, h-pawn captures bishop, pawn on d4 is twice attacked, twice defended, and black cannot do anything with the pawn because bishop and rook are at stake here. So in the game, knight goes to e7 was played. E-pawn captures on d4, e-pawn recaptures on d4, now the pawn on d4 is still 3 times attacked, only twice defended, but one of the attacker is pinned. So h3 was played, attacking the bishop. Bishop captures knight, queen recaptures. White is targeting this b7 square. Well, black shouldn't have to worry about that. Instead, black could have easily castled king side, and even if white would capture, then knight from b would go to c6. a6 is the threat, trapping the queen, later with rook to a7, gaining the advantage. Even if white would run with queen to a6, then rook e8, preparing this cover attack. This is definitely winning for black. One of the variations is, let's say, bishop to d3, knight d5 check, king to f1, knight from d captures on b4, knight captures, queen and bishop are attacked. Queen to a3 defending, let's say, and then rook to b8. If knight captures bishop, queen recaptures, then rook captures bishop, who wouldn't be protected in this case. If white removes the bishop to b1, let's say, then queen enters the game on g5. And there are so many tactical options for black. I cannot go through all of them, but black is definitely winning here. Okay, let's go back to our game. So black didn't like this queen capturing pawn on b7 apparently, because c6 was played, and now h4 advancing with the h pawn. But black doesn't care and castles king side. And white pushes h pawn further to h5, trying to intimidate the black king. But currently white doesn't have enough resources for the attack. Naturally, black cannot demolish his pawn structure around his king and capture on h5, because then queen recaptures and black would be in trouble. Instead, rook to e8 was played, preparing this cover attack on the king. So white castles queen side, and now a5 was played, trying to open this a file, targeting this pawn on a2. H-pawn captures on g6 was played. Well, here black could have easily recaptured with knight. Even after, let's say, queen to h5, targeting this pawn on h7, black simply plays h6, no real danger here. Instead, in the game, black recaptures with h-pawn, opening this h-file. White grabs the opportunity immediately and plays queen to h3, preparing attack on the h-file. Of course, h8 square is protected, so white can only check the king on h7 square. But black should have been on high alert here. White wants to get rid of this bishop on on g7, and the only piece that is capable of doing that is white bishop on b2. So maybe c5 would be a solid option, After c5, if b5, then d4 pawn is protected. But after b captures on c5, then knight c6, protecting this pawn on d4 who is interfering the diagonal. In the game, however, a pawn captures on b4 was played. Rook to a2 is a very unpleasant move for white, but white is on the move and plays knight captures on d4. Now black doesn't have time to capture on a2, because after rook to a2, then we have mate in 3, and it starts with queen h7 check, king to f8, knight to e6 check, f-pawn capture, as there isn't any other option, and queen to g7 is checkmate. You might think that here black can save himself with f5, creating an escape square on f7. Let's see. After f5, then queen h7, king f7. Now knight e6 doesn't work here, but here white simply sacrifices the queen. Queen captures on g7, king has to recapture as there isn't any other option. Knight to e6, double check, king f7, knight g5 check. If king g8, rook h8 is checkmate. So king would have to go to f8, and then rook h7. Rook f7 is mate in 3. Let's see. After, for example, queen d6, then rook f7, king g8, rook g7. If king f8, then knight h7 mate. If king goes to h8, then knight to f7 mate. So here black can prevent mate only by playing queen d4. After bishop captures rook d8, creating an escape square for black king. But white has decisive material advantage. Moreover, it's mate in maximum 7 moves. Let's see, one of the possibilities is rook f7, king e8, rook e1, rook captures bishop on d4. Rook from e goes to e7, check, king d8, knight e6 check, king c8, and rook c7 is checkmate. That's one of the variations, but in all others black is lost. Okay, let's go back to our game. In the game, black captures a knight on d4. If bishop captures, queen simply recaptures, and white is lost, but here white has mate in 2. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to find it. White played queen h8 check, bishop captures, and rook recaptures, and it's checkmate. So I hope you like this game. I hope you have learned something from it. If you have any questions, my email is below in the description. Of course, I invite you to visit my Instagram page. That's it for now, and see you soon.